everyone, thank you for joining me today. We'll be doing a short stretching sequence. It's great for stress relief as well as keeping the muscles healthy, long and lean. Great for injury prevention and maintaining your range of motion in your joints. So find a comfortable seated position, sitting tall, open the shoulders, and take the mind to the breath. Inhaling down into the body, and exhale, letting go of any tension you're holding on to. And when you're ready, taking the soles of the feet together, let's begin flapping the thighs in butterfly. So grabbing a hold of your toes or your ankles, and then reaching forward with the chest. Trying not to round the back too much like this. We want to aim to keep the spine long, taking the heart forward, pressing the elbows into the thighs if that feels good. So we're opening up the hip joints straight away here in a stretch. And backing off on the exhale. Turning now to the front of the mat. You can take the right foot forward for a lunge, left leg back. Keeping the knee behind the toes over the ankle. Let's work into that left hip joint. So let the hips drop towards the mat. Leaning on the right knee. Trying to keep a long spine again. And you can take your arms up to the sky, if that feels good for your shoulders. And then opening up to one side. So we're leaning over, maybe to the right together. Open up the side body here. Inhale, take both arms up, and exhale, leaning over to the other side, opening up the opposite side, stretching those obliques. Inhale through center, and exhale, release the hands to the front. Bringing the hands inside the front foot, walk the foot out to the side of the mat, driving the chest forward for lizard now. So if you gaze back at the toes, you can either have the toes curled under or flat, whichever feels good. And working deeper into the hip, you can take the elbows down if that's in your range of motion. Inhale, rising up, walk the foot back to the center, lifting up into lunge here. So finding strength in the legs, rise up into crescent lunge. Back leg is straight, lunging into the front leg, and release, bring the fingertips down. Taking the hips back for runner's stretch, so gazing forward and bowing down. So we're stretching the hamstrings quite strongly, and then flexing the foot back, take the hips down to rest on the back heel. So 2 variations, feel the different stretch in the leg. And inhale, rise forward and open up to the side. So now we're stretching the inner thigh of the left leg, the right leg is bent. Gazing to the back of the mat and change over. Stretching on the other side. So rubbing the legs if it feels good. We're opening up. Now changing side, changing legs, facing the back of your mat. We have the left knee forward, behind the toes. We're stretching into that right hip joint. So letting the hips drop with gravity. Lengthen up through the spine. Inhaling the hands to the sky if it feels okay. Exhale, let's open up the side body once more. Inhale through, exhale, stretching over to the other side. Letting the neck, the ear drop. Inhale back through center. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat. And bringing them inside the left thigh. Now walk the foot out to the side of the mat. Drive the chest forward for lizard. So hips are dropping. Gazing back at the toes. Again, releasing the toes or keeping them tucked under, whichever feels better for you. And if you'd like to take it deeper and onto the elbows, you can do so now. So deep lizard stretch, breathing through that hip joint. You shouldn't feel any pain, but a good stretch release. Inhale, working back to center. Find the strength in your legs and rise up into crescent. Breathing through your crescent lunge here. And exhale, releasing it down to the mat. Straightening the front leg. First, keeping the hips up high for runner stretch. Bowing forward. And then changing it, flex that foot back towards you, the toes curl back, and rest your hips on the back ankle. Bowing here. Exhale, let yourself go. Inhale, rising back to the front and opening up to the side. So again, opening up inner thighs. You can take the hands to the center of the body if you want to try a bit of a balance and change over, working back towards the front of your mat, balancing here. And exhale, bring the hands under the body, walking the feet back into a low squat, garland pose. So drive the elbows inside those knees. Let the lower back open up. Let the hips drop down towards the mat. And take the hands behind you and sit back. Coming back into your seated position. Maybe the hips feel a bit open and we're in half lotus here. And release the neck. So find some neck rolls slowly on the exhale. So we're finishing off our stretches with our neck, our upper body, making sure that we completely release any tension held in the body. Our hips are open, our back of the legs are open. Inhale through the body. And take the hands out, arms outstretched. Cross over one arm at a time. So we're stretching into the arm all the way to the shoulder, releasing that shoulder down. Inhale, swing the arms long, crossing over the other side. Releasing the shoulder down towards the knee. Inhale, swing the arms out, releasing down. And roll the shoulders back, open the palms. And stay here as long as you like. Or if you're finishing up with me, bring the hands to center. Holding onto this piece and bowing to yourself. Good job. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me.